question of concern. Um, Anytime I use the term question, that which is being questioned or under questioning is not only one's motive but also one's intentions in regards to how does one not allow his or her emotions to get the best of them. How does one not allowances give room to emotional? We are emotional beings. Some would say we have emotions as a being, spiritual or otherwise. But we have too much emotion and not enough logic, so there must be a merging in a balance in order to find resolve. And anytime I think of resolve, I think of there is an issue. The issue is character resolve, and character is the outgrowth of one's humanity. Emotions is more or many, We have these mixed feelings, and sometimes it's something. It feeds them, We live in this material world, but we must have a moral conscience, but we live in this material world, and things can fuel you and feed you, feed your human emotions, and but that doesn't make sense. It's like trying to make sense out of intelligence, but in this, things start to come into your head, the way and they respond, the way people may say certain things to you, that you take offense to it like a trigger in a trap and cause you to react to it very emotionally, but not logically, and it sounds like it's like a calculated risk, or is it a calculated risk? You count the cost of a person, or whatever. A builder goes to build the house. He count the cost that pertains to the material that he or she may use, in order to make sure that it becomes a finished product. But we're talking about one's human emotions, or how one not to allow his or her emotions to get the best of them. When I think of best, I think of in ancient Kemet, the goddess Best, protector of women and children, Best. Want to bring out the best of one's development of his human intellect and the best of his or her humanity. One's morals, But maybe more we're under the illusion if people are moral, But maybe possibly that is real, When you're talking about development, you're talking about growth, and what causes one to grow. It is an evolving process. It is a maturing process. So it seems as though that we must develop in the mature manner, logically, by not allowing our emotions to get the best of us, to build up, to grow, and to improve. But it is a gradual process, so you must come into it. So these emotions, in the manner and way in which we communicate, the greatest distance between us all is a misunderstanding. So there must be some understanding. But before there's understanding, you must have balance. That's when you not allow your emotions to get the best of you. You must have balance. Because when you have balance, understanding speaks clearly. So you want clear understanding. Clear understanding. Yes. And about what? Be very, and when it comes to one's analytical ability, at the same time when it comes to what life consists of, what life consists of. And all life consists of, and and what it equates to, or is equivalent to, the importance of being one, being one. And when you're one, it brings together being able to communicate that that all life consists of energies and elements, but they are one. So what can we draw from being able to have control over our emotions? Is to live a quality life, and be driven by our morals and guided by our conscience. Yes. And remember that the source of food supply primarily is one of the elements is water. And water must continue to move. If it doesn't move, it becomes stagnant. It becomes filthy, and that happens to be with our moral conscience. It must. So what people are in need of is vision, and because vision stems from the source of one's thinking. This is not my just saying. It's not my saying. But if I be as a pastor, I be lifted from the earth, I would draw all men to me. The sun can lift, like lift things up. Energy or something can lift something up to the sky, and it creates what they call vapors, and vapors fall down. Creates a rain, and that falls down to the earth, to the water, to grapple with the fertility of the soil, as someone would say. But this lifting up is a moral conscience to be lifting up, and it's to filtering out the filth. And when your conscience are morally lifted up, and it becomes kind of heavy, so it has to descend back down to teach people that there is a way to be lifted up. Purpose of to be lifted up is to lift up one's morals conscious. Morals conscious. Your moral conscious. To lift it up. If your moral conscience is not lifted up, and then you become, if you're deprived of that, then you become, depressed. Yes. And we share in the responsibility of lifting each other up. Yes. So, and overcoming our when it comes to controlling our emotions, and not letting our emotions, I should say, get the best of us. We must be clear in our vision. That's what we want, vision. And we want to see clearly. We want to be encouraged. We want to filter out the filth that we can draw from the water that is in the well, that it is pure, and that the image that one reflects is a pure image, and that image is to be projected with the best intentions as a model for the greater good and the best of humanity. And may we be, guided into the right path of those who have been favored in this as a guide, but their picture may not be projected on the scene that is controlled by people who control the media press, and television, but it's on the scene of a higher power and a greater power, other than humans who misappropriately misuse and abuse their power and understanding the purpose of when it comes to the purpose of encouraging and uplifting one another. Motion, emotion, the creativity of motion. Motion is maturing the development of life. It begins to move. Begins to move toward vision, clarity. The water, clear. Yes, and that we being and hook up with people in that manner will make the best of the decisions. That we continue to grow and grow in knowledge and realize that as one said, that their moral conscience refines one's knowledge. Yes, and in any business, people understand this. Who's about this business in regards to controlling and not allowing our emotion to get the best of us and being got into the straight path in favor of those who have been standing on the shoulders of their confidence, or the confidence of their shoulders of their confidence. It's that everything in life is communicate this, though, that everything in life is predicated on change. Yes. And change is a product of the human effort, and the effort must be synthesized unto a useful purpose. So it is when it comes to being able to now allowing our emotions to get the best of us, we must have balance. A balance, it gives you, meaning. You live a meaningful life of meaning, and which means that righteous, they call it righteous living, is to live a meaningful life, full of meaning, and that should satisfy in the hunger and quench, one's thirst. Yes.